is going on, everybody? I go by the name of Curry, and I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on Sneaker Fetish. Now, today we're looking at a sneaker that I was really excited about getting, but when I got them, all of that excitement went away. Without further ado, let's take a look at the shoe. Boom. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Air Jordan 4 Raptors Drake edition. All right, so here's the deal about this sneaker if you haven't already seen unboxings or kind of know the story behind it. So let's rewind to last year. Last year, I actually made a video about a sneaker that looked exactly like these, the Air Jordan 4 Raptors, that dropped sometime in 2018. I don't really remember when, but you can click up here or up here and check the video out for yourself. Now, in that video, I explained that there was a sample photo of an alternative version of the Air Jordan 4 Raptor featuring Drake's signature on the tongue. Now, as we all know, that sneaker never came out. Why did it ever come out? I'm so glad you asked. The reason why it didn't come out is because, if you remember, last year was the height of the beef between Drake, Pusha T, and Kanye West. Now, remember, I mentioned in that video that because Pusha T and Kanye were both on Adidas, Drake apparently had been courted by Adidas, maybe because they're all close friends, maybe because Adidas just saw the power in Drake's brand, and apparently during that time, also Drake's time at Jordan Brand was coming to an end. So if you guys remember, we used to see some photos of Drake stepping out in some Adidas gear, some Adidas sneakers, some Adidas tracksuits, things like that, and it seemed like it was a bit of a tease that Drake might be going over to Adidas. Y'all remember when Pusha T came out with the story of ID Don, the diss song that he made to Drake, and everybody said ID Don was the Adidas line for Drake's son's name because his son was named ID Don, and come to find out that's not his son's name at all. Anyway, fast forward to 2019. Now, I'm going to tell you what Nike wants you to think happened with this sneaker, and then I'm going to tell you what actually happened with this sneaker after we actually take a look at it. Now, starting with the upper of the shoe, again, you get the same nubuck as you got in the original Jordan 4 Raptors, that same mesh netting on the lateral and medial side and the quarter panels of the shoe. You also get that same black mesh netting going down the tongue of the shoe on the front of the sneaker as well. Same crimson colored eyelets on the top and on the bottom portions of the upper of the sneaker. Them same raggedy glue stains going all around the toe box of the shoe. Those same purple Raptors hits with the black speckled paint inside of the midsole. That same black hang tag. We didn't even get Drake's signature on the hang tag. That would have been nice, but regular hang tag with this one. That same purple Jumpman on the back of the sneaker. That same stitched purple Air Jordan tag on the inside of the tongue. But of course, this is what we all came to see. The different tag on the tongue from the 2019 Raptors from the 2018 Raptors. Of course, as you notice, on the 2018 Raptors, you had more of a solid premium leather tongue that was stitched in there with the Jumpman embossed inside of it. On this tag, we get the nylon tag, more of the regular tag, and instead of saying Flight underneath the Jumpman, we get Aubrey Graham's signature. Now, here's what Nike and Jordan Brand want you to think happened with this sneaker. Through the success of the Raptor 4s and to celebrate the Raptors winning the Eastern Conference Finals, and at this point in recording this, almost winning the NBA Finals, Jordan Brand and Nike decided to team up and release a special edition of the Air Jordan 4 Raptor featuring global ambassador for the Toronto Raptors, Aubrey Graham, better known as Drake. Here's what really happened with this shoe. Drake and Jordan Brand were about to part ways right when Jordan Brand was starting to make these pairs of the shoe for Jordan's last sneaker in his Jordan Brand contract. Since the sneaker got canceled because they didn't know if Drake was going to go to Adidas or not, they shelved these for about a year and a half until the Raptors miraculously ended up going to the NBA Finals. And since Drake ended up staying with Jordan Brand and making checks over stripes references on sicko mode, they decided to go ahead and release these unsold pairs that were sitting somewhere in a warehouse collecting dust. That's what really happened with these. And you can really tell because if you look at the production tag or the size tag inside of the sneaker, my production tag says November 20th, 2017, all the way to February 6th, 2018. This sneaker was made in November of 2017. And it literally has been sitting somewhere until Nike and Jordan Brand decided to bring the sneakers out and go ahead and drop them. But here's the funny thing about my pair of sneakers in particular. When I got my pair in the mail, yes, a lot of people have been talking about the sticker and the size tag on the box. If you look very, very closely at the size tag, you can see there's actually another size tag underneath it. And then this new energy size tag has been placed over it. Okay, got that part. But then I looked at the bottom of the box and I noticed something very interesting. A lot of Chinese words that I had no idea what they meant. And that's when I realized that Jordan Brand had sent me a China pair that really was allocated for a completely different continent of the Raptor 4 Drake version. We aren't even supposed to get the China versions of these sneakers. I don't know who in logistics messed that one up, or if they really were desperate to just unload these pairs on people, but none of my Jordan boxes have ever had the Nike China sticker on the bottom of it. Matter of fact, how am I supposed to sell this on StockX now? Because somebody at StockX or Gold probably is going to think that these sneakers are fake because they have the Chinese sticker on it. And we all know that if they came from China, they got to be fake, right? I'm going to have to start sending sneakers receipts in the boxes with my shoes when I sell them. But seriously though, I got the China version of this sneaker with the whole Chinese writing. You can see the style code there. I think it has the starting production date on there, a telephone number you can call if you have questions, things of that nature. If anyone can go ahead and translate this for me, I would definitely appreciate that. Now, the rest of the box is the same, but the insole of the sneaker had something interesting on it as well. You get the red Raptor insole here with the black Jumpman on the heel, but if you'll notice, the size tag here is in millimeters with Chinese on it and not the regular United States version of the size tag. So apparently a size 9 is 270 millimeters. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the sneaker. Now look, I get it. You had these sitting, it was the perfect time to release them, you had to do what you had to do. But I'll tell you, these just don't do it for me if you already have the Raptor 4s. The little touch with Drake's signature is nice, but honestly, I prefer the other tongue of last year's Raptor 4s, that premium leather tongue with the embossed Jumpman, to the nylon tongue here. The nylon actually feels a little bit cheaper to me. But if you're a Drake fan, like I am, then you probably can see some benefits of owning the special edition of these. Now, one thing I did notice is that since Toronto is getting closer and closer to winning that NBA Finals, these are starting to get more and more expensive too. These cost $200 retail price, and I've already seen them going for about $350 to $380 depending on pricing on StockX and Go. So if you're trying to get yourself a pair, I would honestly tell you to get it before the Raptors win the finals, because if they win, these are probably going to go up even higher. But enough of me talking about the sneaker. Now it's time for you guys to sound out down in the comments below and let me know what you think about the Air Jordan 4 Drake Raptors. Do you think that this was a good version of the Raptors to come out? Do you think that Jordan Brand was just reusing some throwaway pairs of a sneaker? What do you think? Did you cop these, or did you go ahead and pass on these? Let me know. Of course, when you're down there, make sure that you click on that subscribe button. We would love to welcome you into the Sneaker Fetish family to make sure you don't miss out on any more heat that comes through like these, because I guarantee you, I got a lot more heat on the way. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on Sneaker Fetish, taking a look at these with me, unboxing them with me for a couple of minutes. I go by the name of Kari. This is the Air Jordan 4 Raptors Drake edition. And until next time, I'm out.